Your boy Derek Branch here, Memphis Wire on SportsView360.com, and tonight I'm going to recap what occurred between the Memphis Tigers and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Um, Memphis lost today by a score of 85-72. They fall to 72 on the season, and Arkansas State goes to 73 on their season. Now, what's interesting about this is that it is a local rival of the Tigers across the bridge in Arkansas, instead of Arkansas, and kind of surprised how the Red Wolves came out and won this game. They did. They snapped a 7-game losing streak to this team. Memphis had beaten this team 7 times prior, had a 7-game winning streak. Today, Red Wolves came in and won this game. Won the game. Single-handedly won this game. And the Tigers, to me, it just looked like they weren't in the game at all. From the start, there was no energy, no focus, no motivation. And you look at Arkansas State, it was just the exact opposite. This guy just being aggressive, making shots, rebounding, hustling. It was just, I agree with Penny Hardaway what he said in the post game presser. It's like they wanted it more. He said, "quote It seems like they understood the mission that we didn't," and I agree with him. It just wasn't that type of night that type of day for the Tigers, man. It was just dominated in all phases of the game from start to finish. If we're being honest, you know. Their top scorer, I believe, Joseph Pinion, had 22 points, 8 rebounds, got dominated soundly off the glass. 22 points, 8 rebounds. Um, Kobe Jr., he had 12 points, 8 rebounds. You know, Joseph Pinion, 22 points, 8 rebounds. So you had three starters with you had 3 starters with 8 rebounds in this game. 3 starters had 8 rebounds in this game. You know what I'm saying? And that's what killed the Tigers, man. That killed the Tigers in this game. That killed them on the glass. I saw it from start to finish. And also, man, they had a guy come off the bench. Arkansas State had a guy come off the bench. DeAndre Dominguez come off the bench, have 19 points. 19 points. Um, who else? Cody Head come off the bench, 8 points. So you had guys come off the bench and give you 19 points. Then you get killed out on the glass with Arkansas. They had 3 different starters have 8 rebounds. Out rebound you by 8. That's total. That's a total of what? 34 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So that really killed the Tigers, man, in this game. Threes, then and the threes was really hurt Memphis as well. So it looks like the perimeter defense still is an issue, similar to how it was last season. You know, Today they gave up 12 threes. Arkansas State hit 12 threes, and that's what kept them in this game. That's what kept them in the game. You know, because whenever Memphis tried to get back into the game, shoot themselves back into the game, or get to the free throw line, Arkansas State will go right down the court, and hit another three. It was like multiple threes, man. And I'm surprised, and it looked like they hit more than 12 threes. From what I saw. So it just the issues with the Tigers were dealing with, to start the season and into the Mob Invitational with having these sluggish first halves, only to rally in the second half, and turn the switch. It caught up to them today. That's what happened. It caught up with them today. You know, but it's not the end of the world for the team. But I can understand why I see a lot of Tiger fans, frustrated, upset on what occurred today, and it kind of felt as though they had no business losing this game to Arkansas State. Because the state stating the usual, talking about NIL, and the Tigers got the big NIL budget, and Penny Hardaway, and being really good at the transfer portal and all that. And that's true. In theory, that's true. You should win a lot of games against your opponent if you have the bigger NIL budget, the better players, all that stuff. But that don't really, in the grand scheme of things, that don't really mean nothing. On the grand scheme of things, it's a team. The team has to go out there and still play. They got to go out there and still produce. You know what I'm saying? So at the NIL, at the end of the day, just because you got a big NIL budget, you got FedEx in your back pocket helping you out, that don't really mean nothing. You still got the players that got to still go out there and execute. You know what I'm saying? So tough loss for the Tigers, man. I believe this is a quad full loss. Quad. They lost to a quad full opponent. And I think Arkansas may be in the running. They may be the top team to win their conference, the Sun Belt Conference this season. So hopefully they can have a better season, continue doing what they're doing. That loss won't be as ugly, because down the stretch, this is what the Tigers can't afford. Because today Missouri beat Kansas, and I believe Kansas is like the number one team in the country. If I'm not mistaken, they beat Kansas. So in theory, that helps Memphis because that makes it look like Memphis beat a really good team in Missouri to start the season. And then you got because of what happened in the Maui Invitational, you finally got an opportunity to be ranked at 16. And I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how far they dropped Memphis, but yeah, you couldn't afford to lose this game if you wanted to stay within your ranks. Would stay within the top 15, the top 20. You know what I'm saying? Because they had multiple teams lose this past week. And if Memphis had won today, they probably would have got closer to the top 10. You know what I'm saying? So this loss sting. The loss stings in this game to lose to Arkansas State. So don't know how far they will drop them because of this loss. So the rankings come out tomorrow. We'll see how it all play out. But tough loss for Memphis. Now let's look at the Memphis stats real quick. Top scorer, as always, was PJ Haggerty. He had 29 points, 4 steals, 3 rebounds. Was 8 of 15 from the floor. Hit 2 threes. Um, Kobe Rogers struggled today. He had 11 points, 1 steal, 1 rebound. Was 4 of 14 from the floor. Tyrese Hunter, he didn't play really that good at all today. Played 28 minutes, only 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 of 7 from the floor. Moises Sisse didn't have a good day. Didn't really play at all. Didn't really play at all due to struggling. Had 0 points, 2 rebounds, only played 10 minutes. This was a good productive outing for him. And that's where they got killed at on the boards. Jordan didn't have a good day. Overall, not DH, Dan Danger, he came off the bench and had 16 points, and 6 rebounds, and 12 rebounds, but it just had enough. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough to swing the momentum to the Tigers. So they just got to regroup, focus on get ready for Clemson. I believe that's the next game, and come out there and pull out a victory, and get back in the good graces of the the selection committee. You know what I'm saying? Because the way it's looking, and you look at, I paid attention to the American, you know, before the conference play start, and it's looking like it's going to be a 1-bid league. So it's going to be feast or famine. when it comes to um, conference time, in conference competition. So they got to stack as many wins as possible to close out this non-conference slate because your AAC competition doesn't really present those challenges that they're going to get in the don't present those challenges that they're getting right now from non-conference opponents. You know what I'm saying? So regroup, get ready to go on the road, beat Clemson, and then go from there. Because there's only, I believe, only a few handful of only a handful of non-conference opponent games left, and you're about to go into the tougher stretch of your slate. So it's best that they win these games. You play Mississippi State, you got them at home. You got Ole Miss at home. You got to go on the road to Virginia. You go on the road to Clemson. So they got to finish out strong. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to wait and see how it all play out. But I don't think it's the end of the road for Memphis in this game. So we'll see. All right, so that's y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. What are your takeaways from today's matchup? Are you concerned about how things could play out in the future? And also check out sportsview360.com for latest content on the Memphis Tigers football and basketball programs. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.